So let's say you want to create a daily status page in Notion that's every single day pulls the tasks, the habits, journaling, whatever you have in your inbox so you can track it through the day. This page will be created automatically every single day, but to go through this page and relate it directly to all the things you have in your inbox will be a chaos. So how we can do that automatically? Today I will explain the concept of linking, which allow you to automatically relate a database in an indirect way. And to explain this, let's dive into my Notion Finance Brain template. And let me show you what we are going to do. Right now, every expense page that I have, I need to relate it directly to the month page. For example, this one I need to relate it to December 2025, this month. So if I went to, or before that, let's add a spend of $100, for example. If I went to the December 2025 page, I can see it here. And this here is just a roll-up. So how we can automatically, once we create the expense page, it will be show up in this current month, but also we can keep the record of previous months. It's confusing, right? But it's actually quite simple. So let me show you how we can do that. We need a page called profile, or just like I said before, link. In our case, the linking page is the finance profile. So the linking page can be sometimes just a page that relates everything together, or you can benefit from it. In our case, the finance profile will show you this year income, all-time income, expenses, and we can see more details here. So after we create the linking page, we need to go to the databases we need to link to each other. So for example, in our case, we have expenses, but make sure that you automatically relate every page entry or expense that will be created to the finance profile and exactly this profile page. So every time you create a new expense, new income, it's already related to it without any extra work. So that's the first thing. Then we need also to do that the same in the template of the month. So if we click on edit template, it's already related to the finance profile. So now let's start the work. First of all, I'm going to delete all the databases in this template from expenses, income, and stuff. And those are just views copied and pasted here. And if we bring them back, it's just a filter that will show me the income that are related to the month. That's it. And now what we are going to do is also delete this, the month relation between expenses. In this example, we're only going to focus on expenses, but it's same for other databases. So let's just remove the relation between expenses and month. So let's delete it. Now, as we know, if we go to this expense, it's already related to the finance profile. So let's go to the month states. And let's go to the total expense. Now the rollup will not work because the direct relation is not there anymore. Let's change the property to from type rollup to now formula. All right. And now let me show you how we are going to use the beautiful Notion functions to pull the expenses that's related to this month. So first of all, we are going to access the finance profile. Now, when we write finance profile alone in formula, it turns it as a list. Even if it's a page, it's actually a list. So what we need to do to access the properties inside it are going to add first, right? And then we will add expenses. Now, as you can see, we have all the expenses pages that are related to the finance profile. But now what we want is to filter it to only pull the expenses that has the same date of our December or our month page. Now, there's one thing I need to change. As you can see here, we have date in expenses, and here also we have date. So let's change it to created time. So in formula, we can differentiate between the two. And now here's the magic. We're going only to call the expenses that has the same date of the month. So let's add format date, then current, then the date. And if you are familiar with the format date, it's going to pull us the date. So what we need is only the month and the year. We don't need days. So let's add month and then the year. That's it. Then let's check if it's equal our format date created time. So created time, which is the created time of our month. So as you can see, here's our expense that we created. Now we want to calculate how much we spent in all this month expenses. We are going to add map, then current, and then the spend. And now it's going to turn it as a list of number, but we want just a number. So sum. We're going to sum it. Now we have only number, and then we can go to edit property and then add whatever currency you are using. So now we have the total expenses of this month only. If we go here and created another expense and it's like $300, for example, as you can see, we have $400. If we created an expense, so let's go to the month page and so for example, we have the last month. We can create an expense of, let's say $500, but for the last month. So let's go to November. As you can see, here is it automatically without doing anything. Now, because we deleted all those database views, now we can't check the pages. So for example, okay, I know that I spent $500, but I also want to know on what I spent them. So what we're going to do is so just duplicate this formula, and we were not going to sum anything. So let's just remove sum and spend, and we only want the page. So here is it. Let's change the property name to only expenses. Then let's go to customize layout, click on heading, and let's spin it. So as you can see, here is it. And now we can do also the same thing for income, for example. You just duplicate this formula, and let's change this one to a formula. And just instead of expenses, we will add income, but also we need to change, for example, the date. And here we need to change the amount, and that's it. But we don't have any income. Also, let's add USD, and that's it. That's how we can create it. Let's also duplicate it, and let's call only the page. And let's go to customize layout. And here's we have income. You can change the name to only income. And that's it. And then we can also remove the income relation. So we can just go here and delete the relation. As you can see here, we have for subscription, it's a little bit advanced here. I will explain this one in another video because I'm going to show you exactly how to build my premium finance brain templates, which is so automated, as you can see in another video. So that's how we link expenses to the month or income. So every time you create a new expense, it will be directly linked to your month without adding the relation directly. So again, this method works perfectly when you have two databases where pages are created regularly, and linking them manually every time is a pain. Now let's create another example, which is the daily status that pulls the tasks related only of today. So here we have a new page, and let's name it dashboard, for example. Let's go with a food page, and let's create first table, which is it's going to be tasks dash. So just I can know, and then we are going to create another table view of daily reports, for example, and I'm going to create the linking page. So another table view, and I will call it linking, or let's call it bridge. And here is it. So let's create just a simple task manager template just to show you how it works. So new task with an icon. Let's add check, and let's add date or due. We can call it due, and we can add status example. And that's it. For now, that's it. And then we also need to add relation to the bridge. So here's the bridge to a relation. And so currently we don't have any page. So let's create a page in the bridge. Let's name it bridge. That's it. No need to do anything else. Let's set this one as default for all tasks. Then edit it. So let's add the bridge page, and let's hide it. And let's go and create another simple daily report. So we have, let's add today. Let's add an icon, for example, let's say short, and then let's create date. So let's name it date, and it should be today. Also, I forget, let's add also today directly to the tasks. So whenever the task is created, it will take today date. Let's go back to the report, set it as default, go to edit, and let's go and create a relation to the bridge. Here is it, and let me also hide it. Okay, so that's how simple it is. So let's create some few tasks here. We have currently 2 tasks. Let's set one as done, right? And now let's go to our daily reports, create one, and let's create a formula of, let's say, today tasks. Okay, or let's just name it tasks. Let's go and access our tasks from the bridge. So what we're going to do is quite simple. So there's two ways we can do that. Let me show you another way. So we used to do bridge, then first, but now I'll show you another way. Let's do map, then the bridge again, and now current, okay, current dot task, right? Then filter, and then format date, current dot due. Let's add, now we need to add the month, the day, and also the year. So the year, and it should equal format date, date, month, day, and year. So as you can see, right now it pulls all the tasks of today. And then we can add dot first, dot length, and it will show us that we have 3 tasks. And to check that, if we add another task and it was yesterday, for example, as you can see, it's only 3 tasks. Now, if you want to filter it to show only the completed one, what we can do, so let me just copy this formula, and we can add another filter, and current dot status should equal done. So now it will show us only 1 completed task, as you can see. So I already have this formula here, which will make our view much more aesthetic. So as you can see, 1 out of 3 completed tasks. So it's the same here, but with a little advanced tweaking. So what we did is we created a variable. So we already create a task variable that will only show me, so this task variable here will only show me the tasks of today. Then we created completed variable, which is the number of completed tasks of today. As you can see, we just used this. So this is not a property. This is this variable, this task here. Then we created another total variable, which is the number of tasks we have of today. Then we just make a simple format and a style. So we have completed task. So this is the number of completed tasks. As you can see, we have 1. And then we add a slash here, backslash, and then the total tasks we have. So this is the length, and just task completed. If you want to add some style to it, like some colors, you can do. You can make it, for example, green. And here is it. And now every day, for example, let's say yesterday, as you can see here, we have just 1 completed task. You can play around this formula. You can upload it to ChatGPT and tell him, like, if I only have 1 task, don't show me the S here. It's not a plural. And if I have more than 1 task, then add the S. We are currently inside my Notion game mode v3. It's not finished yet. But anyway, let me show you an example. So here we have character, which represent the bridge or the Lincoln. Pretty much everything in the template related to it, from goals, habits, tasks. Now, if we went to the challenges here, so the new thing I'm adding to the V3 is every challenge you complete, you earn 3 types of tokens. We have games, shields, and a rare one, which is the Lotus. So when you earn them, in the character, so if we went to the character here, we have 3 new skills. We have focus, consistency, and planning. Each one of those rely on a specific token. For example, for focus, it relies on Lotus. And to level up, you need 2 Lotus every time to just go 1 level. And then when you go from the level 10 to the level 19, then you need 4 Lotus, not only 2. And you get the point. But also we have a formula here called collectible. I'm using this collectible formula for the title page. So every title requires a specific level of the skills. For example, if we went to momentum builder, as you can see here, 3 level left for the planning and 4 level left for consistency. Now, this progress bar here, as you can see, first of all, we have the required skills. So for example, for focus, it required level 2, level 6 for consistency, and level 7 for planning. And the system knows that. If we click on this formula, it's so advanced here, but it's actually quite simple. It just accesses the character brain and then goes to the collectible. Then it splits them to check the first number in the list. So if we went back to our character, we have number 3, which is the Lotus, 13, which is games, and 9 represents the number of shields. So to avoid relating titles, every title I have to relate it to 17 challenges, which is too much. What I did, so this formula recalculates your skills level using the collectibles from the character, then checks if you earned the title or not. It's a complex system, but the concept is the same. One bridge formula that pulls and filter data from anywhere. Next video, I'm creating a full tutorial on how to build a productivity game you can play with your friends or your family, competing to be more productive, all from one template, even if everyone at their own home. So stay tuned. See you in the next video.